Hey guys, wanted to talk to you today about a couple things that make at-home workouts a little bit better. We all know working out at home by ourselves kind of sucks. This is something that I did for a long time. I've probably done this for about 3 or 4 years, working out by myself or working out at home. And a few things that I've learned along the way. There's some technology that helps out with this and makes it a lot better. When you're in a class, you can work off of your friends. You can kind of find an athlete that is similar to you in skill and in speed and pair off what they're doing. Try to keep up. You know the movements that they can beat you on, and you know the movements that they can beat you on. And that's what makes the class environment so much better. When you don't have that, you have only yourself to work off of, and it's easy to kind of take a little bit off. One of the key pieces of technology that I found was a good heart rate monitor. You'll see this one here is a Wahoo heart rate monitor. It straps to your chest. It has a really cool Bluetooth app that comes with it. And no, I'm not getting paid by Wahoo. I've been through several different heart rate monitors, from the ones with the little blinking light that's strapped to your arms, to the ones that you wear in a watch. And I'll tell you, those are great. They're fine for like normal everyday use for people who don't necessarily take the heart rate monitor part of it super serious, but it gives them some sort of measurement to go off of. It's a good number for most people. This heart rate monitor, the ones that strap to your chest, are the most accurate. It's the way to go for what we're doing. It doesn't slip and fall in the middle of a workout. A lot of times the armband ones will slip and fall in a CrossFit workout. They're kind of designed for like biking, and they're designed for running, where your arm position is going to be relatively the same and not move around much. The ones that you wear on your wrist as a watch, they kind of bounce around a little bit and move, give it a little bit of airspace in between your wrist and the watch, which kind of gives it like a little bit of a false reading and not super accurate all the time. They've come a long way, and they're great for the most part. I'm not saying throw your watch in the garbage. It's definitely not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is get yourself good chest strap heart rate monitor. This one here from Wahoo has a great app, and it's very visual. So what I would do is when I would work out, instead of having another person in the class to look at, I would have the screen to go off of, and that screen would tell me what my heart rate is and whether or not I'm in an aerobic state or an anaerobic state. And my goal was always to be in an anaerobic state as much as I possibly could in any one of my CrossFit workouts. And I could look up at a glance and see if my heart rate was in that state for my age and body weight. So highly recommend, very much get this. It's $80 I think on Amazon. Great tool. I use it. You guys all have probably seen me use it in regular classes as well. I like to keep data. I like to know how many calories I'm burning every single workout. This is going to give you the most accurate results for that. It's not going to go to waste. If you buy it today, you can continue to use it in your at-home workouts, but also at home. So, but also when you come back to class. So I highly recommend it. The next thing that I recommend are bone conduction headphones. I don't have a pair with me at the moment. I lent them out and haven't gotten them back. But if you wear AirPods or regular headphones or Beats headphones and you go out for a run on the street, it's a mistake. You probably shouldn't do that. It's not super safe. You're not going to hear traffic coming behind you. Hearing street noises and things is kind of super important. If you run at nighttime, I've had an incident where a dog ran me down while I was running, and I didn't hear it because I was wearing headphones. These headphones actually connect in front of your ears, on the side of your head, and the bone of your cheek. And it actually sends the sound waves through the bone and into your ear. Now, it works like magic, but it actually works. And it also leaves your ears open so that you can hear other things. Until you try it, you don't know what I'm talking about, but it's a great asset to have for running on the street. When you run on the street, you got to be super safe. Run against traffic, as much reflective gear as you can. Be seen out there, guys, because people don't notice, so they will run you over. You want to be seen. The next piece of equipment that I've used is this website called WOD Time Calculator. Now, before I started programming, I really didn't have a good sense of how long every workout would take, and I would program some workouts, and they would end up taking me 90 minutes or something, and it just didn't like really pan out, and I would just burn myself out because it sounded easier than it actually was in practice. Now that I've been programming for a few years, I've got a really good sense of how workouts go, but this website here, I was allowed to put in what the reps were and how many rounds it was of each movement. Now, it gets a little weird with some of the running stuff, but for the most part, it works really well. And it's gonna give you a really good time estimate. It will also spit out some estimates on whether or not, like for an elite athlete, an intermediate athlete, a beginner, a moderate athlete. So like, it's gonna tell you what all those levels are. And if you're looking to be an elite athlete, you can punch in numbers from a workout that we put together for at home, and it will spit out a time, and it gives you at least a really good goal time to shoot for. So I highly recommend wodtimecalculator.com. Super good. And then the final piece of equipment that you're gonna need is a good timer for your phone. You really wanna have something like, I use this one, it's called Flex Timer. It's made by a company called Gymnext. It has a really good flexible timer on it that allows you to make intervals, Tabatas, up, down clocks with time limits on them and stuff. It's a great little timer. It also pairs up with like some gym timers as well. You know, if you really want to get pretty fancy and buy the timer itself for your garage, I don't know how much that is, but it's probably a few $100. But it works really great just on your phone alone. I use that quite a bit. I kind of switched from using that timer to just using the timer in the Wahoo app for my heart rate monitor, and going off that was a little bit better for me, but this is a good timer to use. So those are some tips for working out from home. I know it's a little bit boring, we miss your faces and stuff, and it's we're really excited to have you guys back, but hopefully this helps out until you're back. See you guys.